Hello everyone, I'm here today with a new process video. I'm working on 6x8 pocket pages, and these are photos from Munich, Germany from my trip last summer. Still working through Munich as well as some other stuff. And I'm hoping this one comes together pretty easily because I've already picked out the card I want. It's just this black and white one that says City Adventure. And then up top I have this lovely 4x6 photo. I've picked out this 4x6 card to match with this one. I like the black and white theme here. And then I have this photo for the background. And the reason I'm going with black and white is because I've got a lot of blue in here, but then in this photo, I've got more of that kind of burnt orange that you see on this building and here. And this may sound horrible. I'm frankly getting a little tired of working with blue and burnt orange. I've done several layouts of Munich where those are the colors because it seems to be, you know, we had a beautiful sky, which is great, but then I have a lot of the roofs of the buildings that are like this. So I want to do something a little different, so I'm going to work in some black and white. So this is what I'm starting with. So I want to go into my stash, find anything that I can that perhaps is black and white or, you know, one or the other, a mix of both, whatever it is, and just see what I can do here that might work that all together. I've pulled some things from my stash, and surprisingly, I didn't have as many black and white things in there as I thought I would. So I have this sticker sheet that has some things in there, and this one actually I might be okay with using because it also has the orange. I didn't want a lot of orange, but given that it also has the black and white, I might give in. Same with this one here. It's got a little bit of that orangey coral color, but it's mainly black and white, so I might be okay with that. I've got some others over here, but these don't really work. Smile, I don't want that. Capturing details of life, that's more of an everyday kind of thing, not a travel album. So not sure about that. I do have an asterisk here, which is fine. I have a couple of things here that I might be able to use. I love the black geotags, so that might appear in there. This isn't really the right color, so even though the sentiment is true, I don't think that that will work. In here, I've got multiple stickers that are black and white. I'm not sure that any of these are going to work either, but they're there. You never know. And then on here, I have this little bicycle, and I thought, wasn't there a bike in one of these pictures? Maybe I'm thinking of a different one. Nope, I don't see one. I have a lot of kind of general city pictures, and I know there are people on bikes in some of them because we discovered in Munich, like, bikes are a huge thing. I know it's more common in Europe in general, but in Munich, they have these bike lanes, and, like, they take it seriously. I think there are almost as many bikes as there are cars, and there were several times where when you step out into traffic, you cross the bike lane first, and then you're crossing the regular traffic lane. There were a couple of times where we had to pull ourselves back to the curb because we would have gotten run over by bicyclists. So I think it's great that they're getting that much use out of them in Munich. But if you're a tourist and not used to that, watch out for your life because you might get taken out by a cyclist. All right, and then on this one, I like this one at the bottom, the who, what, where, when, why, how thing. I'm not exactly sure how that would work. I'd have to use it on one of the 4x6s. It's a very large piece of chipboard. And given that I'm in a journal here, I'm just not sure of how that would go, but I'm going to keep it in the pile and just see what happens. I did decide to use this sticker, and I chose this photo because there's a lot of dead space here. And then when I put it down, it will be opposite from this black and white card. So I like that those black and white elements are sort of diagonal from each other. That may be all that I do here. I'm not sure. I could cluster something or maybe put some enamel dots or something over here because there is so much dead space in that green area. Then I would have this would sit on top. Now, even though I said I didn't want orange, now I'm rethinking it because when you look at the top, you don't really get a lot. It's just right here. So I could incorporate something, maybe up here, maybe on this side in the lower part, that would work in a little bit of that. Plus I could still have the black and white. I have decided I am going to work in some of that orange that I just mentioned. So I'm going to do this one. It's a little bit lighter tone. I'm going to take this, and I'm actually going to put this asterisk in the middle of it. And then I'll put it somewhere on that photo, probably hanging over the edge a little bit so it's not like a true circle. There we go. So if I've got orange here, then I probably want this over here somewhere. I think here, hanging off the side, because then again, these are diagonal from each other, this orange and this orange. That's what I'm gonna do. All right, so, and I just noticed because it's a curve, it kind of mimics this crescent moon here. That's sort of nice. I didn't intend that, but I like it. There we go. Put that down there, and then I'll just cut off the excess here. And there we go. So that does bring in a little bit of that color, just enough, and I do like it. So that's awesome. And again, I could bring in some enamel dots around here too, just to liven it up a little bit if I feel I need it. I decided to pull out these enamel dots because I do have some black ones, and I am going to kind of sprinkle them around a little bit, I think, amongst all of these, just to bring in some more of that black and white feel, to really make it feel like it all goes together. So that is my next task. I've decided to incorporate some of these white ones too. I've had these forever. Are these Chamel? Nope, sorry, Gossamer Blue. They're Gossamer Blue. They're not in business anymore, but I've had these forever and I don't use them a lot, as you can tell. In an effort to really use the stuff in my stash, I'm going to work in these different shapes, I think, because I've already got an asterisk. It's a little bit unusual. I've got a funky city skyline here. So I think that I can get away with it on this layout and it'll be okay. I managed to use all of the white enamel shapes. So there's one. Actually, they're more like puffy. So there we go. I thought because it mimicked the top of this building a little bit, I'd use that one. And then on here, I did 2 enamel dots. I did the triangle over here because I thought this one mimicked the top of this building. It's got a triangle shape. And then on this one, I chose this because look at that. They go together. So I tried to match it as best I could. Whoops, let's not forget this middle one. So now I'm going to put those in the flip, get the page all put together, and see what I think. All right, guys, here it is all put together. So here's a close-up of the top, bottom, and then the flip. I love it when these are open. They're diagonal, these are diagonal. This one came together super quickly, but I love the mix of the orange and the black and white. The blue still looks fine. I think it all goes. So here's another one done for Munich. I'm making progress, and that makes me very happy. Thanks for watching, everyone.